everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Georgia and I'm mainly reviewing fragrances for men and women. Today I'm going to talk about a fragrance that, in my opinion, it is an iconic fragrance, and this is Aqua di Parma Colonia, 50 ml or 1.7 fluid ounces I have here. And this is the packaging. This is the bottle. That's how it looks like. Plastic cap, atomizer, nothing fancy but practical. So this fragrance is iconic because it has not changed as far as the scent ever since 1916 when it was created. Now the story goes that Baron Carlo Magnani, who was also the owner, I believe, of Aqua di Parma, went to his perfumers, or one of the perfumers that worked for the company, and requested a scent that reminded him of his hometown, because he was traveling a lot in the world. So he requested a personal scent that reminded him of his home whenever he was away from home. And that's how they came up with Aqua di Parma Colonia. Now, Aqua di Parma, the company, was a small factory that was located, of course, in Parma, and this was the very first scent in 1916, the very first scent created. Initially, this particular fragrance was used to spray on the gentlemen's handkerchiefs or on the fresh tailored suits so they can smell nice. What else can I tell you about it? It was becoming popular in the 30s and the 50s because a couple of celebrities from Hollywood like Cary Grant and Ava Gardner and also Audrey Hepburn, among those, liked it so much and they kind of popularized this particular fragrance. Now let's talk about the notes in this fragrance. The notes are Sicilian citruses, lavender, rosemary, lemon verbena, white musk, vetiver, Bulgarian rose, jasmine, sandalwood, patchouli, amber, and vervain. Now, to me, this fragrance starts very citrusy, and it also advertised as a citrus fragrance. However, it's not exactly a citrus all the way fragrance. That's what I like about it. And keep in mind, this is Aqua de Colonia, which is lighter than Eau de Toilette. So it starts very citrusy, and it's a very natural Italian lemon scent in your face. Very strong, very potent. That's the first scent you basically feel. Now give it a couple of minutes, about 5-10 minutes, and on my skin I feel a chamomile scent, even though it doesn't have chamomile in it, or at least it's not listed in the notes. But I think it's the blend between the lavender and the citrus that gives you the chamomile vibe. And then slowly it transitions over to this lavender woody scent, because I feel also the sandalwood. So the dry down is a lavender sandalwood scent. Very aromatic, very refreshing. The citruses go away. I mean, you can barely feel the citruses. It also has a rose note, but that's also in the background. So the main shining note in this fragrance is the lavender, and then you feel a little bit of the aromatic note of the sandalwood. Unfortunately, being an Eau de Colonia, this fragrance doesn't last. At least on my skin, it lasts up to 2.5 hours, and then it's gone. Forget about it. If you want to spray it on the clothing, it lasts more. But on the skin, it's gone. So it starts very citrusy in your face, then slowly transitions to this woody lavender, a little bit rosy, but again, not the typical Middle Eastern rose. No, it's a different type of rose over here. You can barely feel the rose, but it blends everything together. The price is what I don't like about this fragrance. Considering it's only lasting about 2.5 hours, it starts at about $60 for 50 ml and it goes up. So will I recommend this fragrance for you to have? It is interesting, but I wouldn't pay that much of a money for the fact that it's lasting 2 hours. So keep this in mind. If you want an interesting fragrance that starts citrusy and ends up in a lavender scent, then yes, this is for you. It's an iconic fragrance. I mainly bought it just because it was the very first fragrance of Aqua di Parma and it has some history to it. Do I like it? Absolutely. But it bothers me that I have to spray it on every 2 hours or so. So that's the downside to it. So it's up to you to decide whether you want to buy it, given the fact that it's a eau de cologne and it doesn't really last too much. If you want another eau de cologne which is also very old, go buy I think it's 7-Eleven or something like that. Echt Kölnisch Wasser. That's the one. I'm gonna post the picture over here. It doesn't smell like Aqua di Parma, of course, but it has also the lemon scent, which was probably characteristic for the early 1900s. However, I do like the fragrance. I think it is unisex. Men and women can wear it, no problem. Just because the start is citrusy and it's very feminine and it ends up with this lavender scent. I do love lavender in fragrances, so it doesn't really bother me, but the lavender is more like a manly scent. Typically, that's what they say. So again, it's up to you if you want to go ahead get it or not. Heads up, it doesn't last. It lasts about 2 hours and it's kind of pricey. This was Aqua di Parma, Colonia. My name is Georgia. Thank you so very much for watching and see you in my next one.